Is it an emotional time of year for you, Valentine's?
Oh, yeah, I knew this was coming. No, not really. It's no different to any other year. No, I'm joking in case anyone's watching this.
Hi, and welcome back to Pizza Express for another episode of Behind the Bass. My name's Ben, and I'm delighted to be joined today by the songwriter and producer 220 Kid. He is the platinum-selling artist with his second consecutive nomination for a Brit Award for Song of the Year. But will all that experience help him today here in the kitchen? Well, let's get our hands on some dough, make some pizza, and find out. 220 Kid, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. That was a stunning introduction.
You a big fan of pizza?
Yes, I am. I do like a nice hungover pizza.
Do you make it yourself usually?
No, I've never made it before. My mum's made it for me. My mum's made it for me, but I've never been allowed to touch it because I'm useless in the kitchen.
All right, so flour up your hands.
Spice up your life.
We couldn't start this off today without acknowledging what a massive year 2021 was for you, with 300 million streams for Wellerman, a Brit nomination. You must be stoked.
I'd probably say more overwhelmed, and yeah, just overwhelmed on overwhelmed would be a couple of words I'd throw out there. It's kind of mad. It's just from the start of the year, we were like, where are we going to be going? And yeah, to get the Brit nomination the first time was mad, but to get it again was twice as mad.
It's amazing. We're going to push down the sides of the pizza dough, but try and keep it in that nice circular shape.
It's very therapeutic, this.
So tell me, what is it exactly that inspired your name, and what has it got to do with a pink pair of pants?
So I ran 220 miles charity, and on my 21st birthday, I made a bet of myself that I'd raise $1 million in my life charity in pink white fronts. So I've done some stupid stuff. Like I tried to swim the channel and got pulled out in a storm halfway.
Trouble.
Trouble, yeah.
That's trouble. Something about the police.
Oh yeah, I got pulled over. Someone said I was running naked, so I got arrested for indecent exposure, and then had to sit in the back of a police car and give an interview about why they should let me keep running, which then they said I couldn't run on the road, so then I had to run along like the Grand Union Canal, which took it just way longer.
So your songs are often collaborations with various artists who have inspired you, like the single you're going to be performing with us later with Jem Cook.
Yeah.
When you're in the writing process, do you often have someone in mind that you would like to work with on that particular track, or is that something that comes later on?
Well, with Jem, actually, I've always been a big fan of hers. Like the work she did with Breathe and some of her other tunes is that she's very emotional and very emotionally in tune, and her voice is very emotional. So by great timing, I got dumped the day before that songwriting session. So, which was like the big heartbreak. So we went in and we were talking about it, and we were just going through the ideas and coming up with it, and she just delivered that. She's like, I think it was quite hard to express how I was feeling, and together we did that. And yeah.
Pick up our piece of bass in our right hand, and we're going to give it that infamous throw. Okay, so here's how I've been taught how to do it. It's like that. What a start. I can't believe that was your first time.
It's like a satin glove.
We'll take that and we'll go put it straight in our oven pan. There's yours. So throughout your career and experiences, it's obvious that you really stay true to who you are and things that you care about. And one of the things that you've spoken extensively about is being an ally for the LGBTQI plus community, and how you're introducing the idea of safe spaces at your performances. What more can you tell me about that, the inspiration behind that?
I don't know. I was just brought up in an environment where I never saw a difference, and I've always hated how people are treated differently for how they choose to love. I mean, that's ridiculous. So. And from like my earliest days doing music, the first gigs I ever got were like Prides. I did like a tour of Prides. I've always been supported really strongly by the community, so I think it'd be quite ignorant not to try and be supportive back through whatever way I can. It's even little things like when I was with my stylist, we're planning like outfits and how we're going to dress, and it's like, well, we're going to do our nails, we're going to do our hair, we're going to wear makeup, because some young person who feels really unconfident about who they are as a person, or perhaps they want to be able to do that, but they don't have a role model who dresses in that way or speaks about these things or offers support. So that's, I think, with the job, it comes as a responsibility to be true to that, and hopefully lead by example and be more supportive to younger generations.
I think that the safe spaces at your concerts is something that should be adopted more broadly across the music industry.
Yeah, I think you're seeing that more inclusively in all types of safe spaces. I have a friend and she's just started it's a girl gang music club, so girls who want to go to shows on their own, they can all meet up before and go as a crew and look after each other. But yeah, but there's even other artists, say like Youngblood, who promotes more of a community spirit for people who perhaps feel different or outcast in their area of society. So yeah, I think definitely it should be more inclusive, but also there are people doing stuff. So it's kind of it's progressing.
All right, so next up we're going to start on the toppings. First one, of course, is going to be the passata sauce. So you just take 1 ladle of that and put her in the pizza base. I'll leave you to do yours.
1 generous ladle, because you have to get your vitamins on.
Excellent. I've been taught to do it like this, where you tap the edge of the pan and it'll sort of move itself into position.
It's quite emotional doing it like this, actually.
Therapeutic, maybe.
Emotional.
Emotional. Is it an emotional time of year for you, Valentine's?
Oh, you knew this was coming. No, not really. It's no different to any other year. No, I'm joking in case anyone's watching this. No, let's see. Maybe I've got Valentine, maybe I haven't.
All right.
Probably haven't by the time this airs. Songs about my ex-girlfriend bought me a flat.
That's a win. It's a win.
For who? No, Valentine's right. I keep seeing the word love today, so maybe it's going to be a nice time.
Okay, so today we're going to be making a vegetarian sloppy Giuseppe. Here we've got some plant-based meat alternative and some chopped onions and green peppers.
Yeah.
So I'll start there, but you add the toppings whichever way you want. I've read that you speak a lot about exploring mental health issues and feelings and emotions through making music.
Yeah.
How's that come about? Has it always been that way for you?
Not always. I think as a male, especially a male, but obviously mental health issues stretch to everyone in the UK, and I'm slightly older, so from when I was at school and then university, it's not really something that you would talk about, and it was not really explored, and you didn't know there's resources that could help, or you kind of were just told to man up, really. So then when I went through a couple of really rough patches, and I was like, oh wow, there are resources, and it's not terrifying. Like when I started my therapy, I thought, oh, you're going to go to therapy, brainwash you into becoming like a completely different person. And actually I went, and I was like, oh wow, this is, now I understand this feeling, and I understand this destructive behaviour, and I understand why I feel like this, and I understand that it's okay to feel terrible, and you maybe need to look after yourself. Instead of in everyday life, it's like work as hard as you can, work all the time, distract yourself, drink, do this, do that, and it's like, oh no, actually, but if I had to really search to find that resource,
Right.
So I'll talk about it to make it easier for other people to see it, and I get messages all the time being like, oh, because I think I'm doing quite well. So like, if you can go from there to here, then anything's possible. And I have people always message me like, I reached out to get help because of that. With the music was when I was really bad, I would try and like make some music just to do something, or I would watch YouTube videos of my favourite artists playing at gigs. I was like, cool, if I can keep working through this, take it a day at a time, then I'll get back on track and I'll be able to go do the gigs myself. And that was kind of like gave hope in a time that was pretty desperate. So that's kind of how, in my music it's come across. But it's always good to talk about it. I did an interview before and I was having a bad day that day, and I just started crying in the interview, and I was like, actually, and I was going to apologise. I'm like, I'm not going to apologise because someone might watch this, like a young boy might watch this and or girl and be like, oh, he's crying, he's embarrassed about it. So I'm not embarrassed, because that's just a way of expressing your feelings, and crying can help relieve stress and calm you, and it shouldn't be seen as a negative thing.
Go ahead if you'd like to add some garlic oil on there. You've got to give it a bit of squeeze, but nice and gentle.
It's like spring watch, isn't it? Oh, shit. Don't eat this one February 14th.
So that's a dating tip for you. If you're on a date, steady on the garlic or no garlic at all?
No garlic, plenty of Tic Tacs, maybe a couple of fisherman's friends, depending on how bad your breath is, if you want to have a happy life.
Solid answer.
Thank you.
All right, these are looking great. Should we get them in?
Never want to miss the oven.
No. So you just put it on the edge and then pop it in. Excellent. All right, so with the pizzas in the oven, I've got a few quick fire questions for you. So first off,
Right.
in terms of your collaboration work, would you rather work with Donna Summer or Diana Ross?
That's outrageous. That is outrageous. I'd do it with Diana Ross, and then we'd do a remix which Donna Summer came on as a nice little collaboration. Similar to Savage when Megan Thee Stallion and Beyonce got together.
Calvin Harris or Mark Ronson?
Okay, if I could work with Mark Ronson, that would be cool because he actually said in his interview he did, he's like, if someone wrote me a letter, I might work with them. So if I actually got around to writing a letter and then he read it and I hadn't spelt anything that badly, then it'd be a good win.
So okay.
But also I want to meet Calvin Harris because me and some other musician friends reckon we've got the biggest wings. I've got the biggest wingspan in dance music. So I reckon, but Calvin Harris is the only one we're not sure about.
All right, we're ready to get the pizzas out. We'll start with this one. I'm going to pop it down on the edge. And do you want to collect yours?
No,
all right
thank
then.
you.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
I like mine well done, so that's why
really
that looks
good.
like that. And we'll get yours over there too.
Mine's more of like a soup bowl. That's slander. Oh, look at that.
There we go.
Very nice.
Finally, obviously a musical collaboration
Yeah.
with Kermit the Frog or the Cookie Monster.
That's a very interesting question you asked there, and I actually find that quite political. But if I had to answer, probably the Cookie Monster, because you know the rider is going to be outstanding.
All right, 220 Kid. Thanks for all your help in the kitchen today. Have you got any more messages for our audience before we go downstairs and make some music?
Yeah. Look at all three cameras. If there's perhaps a young person there who's watching this who feels a little bit out of place or uncomfortable or not sure what they want to do with their life, or like I am dyslexic and dyspraxic, so at school I kind of felt pretty stupid, and you know, you're brought up to be like, get your grades, go to uni, do a normal job, but actually sometimes you can just do something more creative and follow your passion, and so it will always get better, and perhaps you could end up here making an absolute shambles of a pizza like me.
All right, nothing left to do now but to try our creations.
Do you want a bit from Garlic Corner?
I'm gonna have a bit of yours, if that's okay. Yeah? All right,
Can we get a disclaimer here?
Let's cheers it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy Valentine's.
I took your pain, I wrestled with your demons. I took your sins, I did.